Hi, my name is Jasmine Reyes, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the Black Plague, also known as the Black Death. So about 1 in 6 Americans have contracted some type of bacteria. Well, that's what the Black Plague is. It's a bacterial infection that is very deadly, and it begins from a flea bite. The flea bites an infected rodent, and then the flea goes and bites a human, and that's how it gets passed on. This disease started in China during the medieval times, killing about 25 million people. From China, the disease got spread to Europe through traveling ships. These ships had a bunch of infected rodents and a bunch of humans who were trying to make it to Europe. About 2/3 of Europeans died during this time. Doctors had no idea what was going on, but they used to have to wear beaked masks with herbs or flowers in them to avoid the awful smell of all the dead bodies. I'm sure it smelled very horrible. The specific name of this bacteria is Yersinia pestis. This is a microorganism with a very tricky pathway. So the bacteria goes and blocks the flea's stomach, and the flea becomes very hungry. This hunger cannot be satisfied because the stomach is blocked, and it begins to multiply. And then the flea goes and feeds on a human. And that's how the human gets it. There are 3 stages to the Black Plague. There's the bubonic plague, which affects your lymphatic system. Your lymph nodes start to increase in size. You'll begin to get fever, and this occurs from day 1 through 7. The second stage is the septicemic plague. At this point, it has reached your bloodstream and your tissue cells start to die. And that is the cause of the black patches that occur throughout your body because of the tissue cell death. On the 3rd stage, this is the worst stage. It's the pneumonic stage. And it affects your throat or your lungs. Your lungs start to bleed out. You'll begin to cough up blood, vomit blood. You begin to bleed from your rectum. And in the pneumonic stage, it is airborne at this time. Back then, it could not be treated because there was not a cause as to what was going on. There is treatment now. There's antibiotics that can treat this if it's caught early enough. This disease actually still exists. In 2006, I want to say about 50 deaths occurred, and then there was a case in 2018, but the person was able to survive with antibiotics. They caught it early enough. The discovery of Yersinia pestis was not until 1894. And the person who discovered this bacteria is named Alexander Pearson. He did his research and he found out that this was a rod-shaped bacillus, like I mentioned earlier, by the name of Yersinia pestis. So I'm sure y'all have all heard of the song Ring Around the Rosies. Well, I'm going to go over the lyrics. It's ring around the rosies, a pocket full of posies, ashes, ashes, we all fall down. The ring around the rosy is talking about the symptoms of the patches that occurred. And then the pocket full of posies is about the mask, the beaked mask that the doctors used to have to wear that I explained earlier. And then we all fall down is talking about the death that occurred during this time. I remember actually singing this song with my cousins. You know, we would all gather around in a circle and we would sing this. Of course, I had no idea it was talking about the Black Plague until recently. The way to keep yourself from getting this bacteria is to try to be as sanitized as possible. Back then, they were not really sanitized. And if you do have pets, make sure they have flea medication because, like I said earlier, it comes from a flea bite. So if you're sanitized, keep flea medication on your pets, then you should be good. Well, that's all I have to say about the Black Plague. I thought it was very interesting, and I hope you enjoyed my video. Thank you.